for both 11s.
Through that, 2 substitutions for FC Naples, 4 for Little Rock Rangers. At the end of the day, it's going to be try to do the best that they can in the 90 minutes, see if they can make it up into the third round, and we'll see who ends up getting that big ticket to be able to keep playing in U.S. Open Cup.
A slipper fit in round 1 for Little Rock Rangers. Are they able to keep stepping here today against FC Naples? Unbeaten in their maiden campaign in all competitions. We are underway here. The U.S. Open Cup, its second round stage in full swing here in Florida. Again, Carmen Boquin and Peyton Gallagher here on the call to take you through the 90 tonight. Carmen, the defense has been so strong for FC Naples so far, been the calling card. We don't necessarily know a ton about Little Rock as they've only played the one match competitively to start their season as they prepare for USL 2 play coming up here in the near months. Jaden Onan's getting right to work, taking aim at goal, and inside the first minute, FC Naples throw the gauntlet down. It's 1-0. Smash and grab.
Well, such a great goalkeeper. But at the end, they were able to figure it out coming from the bench. Both Henderlong and O'Connor were able to solve it and move past that round.
Poland has certainly shown a shrewdness with how he's managed the late stages of games. You mentioned Lalo Delgado. A chance for him to continue his great form in goal here today. This has been a stout defense for FC Naples. Catapulting throughout. Whacked at goal. It's a man who's shown a penchant for the long strike.
Searches a shot from a mid-distance. First shot also just going directly to the ball. Goes out wide. 14 and 3 on target for FC Naples. They scored 2. One was blocked by the goalkeeper, whereas for...
Showing that a bit of interest with Jaden Onan.
The risk of doing stuff like this, it's going to be interesting to see how they get to combine. It was lucky here. Just misses by a little bit, but that's the creativity that you want to see, you know, not only like getting in front of the goal, but seeing what you can do in terms of exploiting all the opportunities of spaces that you get.
Push down a play for a throw. Now into the box and just uprooted on the ball. Little Rock coordinate their pressing efforts. Maybe some space on the far flank now. This falls kindly. This could be trouble. It's Ian Cerro to the top of the box, taking aim, and just pressed wide.
How they did to recover the ball, and then here, just a great chance and knowing exactly where you can find another of your teammates, and Cisneros coming.
Within swing. It looks like it's going to tower tall. Well spotted and knocked in. The lead doubles inside the first quarter hour, and Naples make it 2-0.
We always talk about how important it has to be the hardest for a goalkeeper.
There's certainly a mental component that is a little bit different than maybe any of the other outfield 10.
And that's one of the best reactions that, you know, whenever I'm seeing a goalkeeper, I praise if they're able to close their feet as fast as possible to just use it to disallow a goal.
Trying to apply some pressure here and slicing high and handsome.
Well done by Cerro. If he keeps trying chances like this one, it's such a good distance.
A little bit of the paint of the crossbar with it. Made the defining save in the Jaeger Cup final last year. Maybe a chance to go for goal here. Over the ball is Heckenberg. Fired toward the goal and knocked down by Hamshot. Looked like that might have had a little bit of a wiggle to it. Here's Beltran. How important might it be for the visitors, Little Rock, to get a goal in these next 10 minutes and give themselves something to smile about heading into the dressing room? That's a well-tuned bit of passing. And stepped away by O'Connor. In for Delgado. Some strolling room for Evans. Now Onen. Now he's dropped in and tucked in on this near-hand side. Looks like an advantage might be brewing, but it's brought back. McConnell. That's some good skill. Blake pushing wide. Flashed in and turned wide. It was a good move that unlocked things, and a ball put into a dangerous area, it looked like, for Ventura. And Little Rock finally makes some inquest by moving the ball and using the full width of the pitch.
Yeah, and that was good, you know, transitioning from one flank to the other until they open a good space, a good pocket where they could do something. Weird touch there, a player down, but tells you that they can still find a way of moving the other players, the FC Naples players, towards one side so they can create something on the other.
It's O'Connor, the one who picks up a bit of a bang, yeah. Looks like he'll be able to walk that one off. The hero of the first round of this adventure in the Open Cup for FC Naples. Talking to coach about that goal. He said he thought it was funny because it was proof for the first time that Kevin O'Connor's right foot was not just a prop, more than just for standing. It was a great finish with that right foot as well.
Yeah, he did. And the impact that both Henderlong and Connor brought when they stepped in the field. Right now, you still have a lot of good players on the bench. You're giving moment of other players to showcase themselves. And, you know, controlling a game when you're winning 2-0, it's always important because mentality-wise, you want to see how they react because you can't lose it, you know?
Galloping to the front foot, a great tackle's put in by Ventura, who's been touching every blade of grass so far today. There's the possessional split. Naples, about 60% of it, and a lot of it coming in the attacking half. Rolled along for O'Connor. Onen, the first goal scorer. A lassoing touch. Perpa poking the holes in Heckenberg. And clawed away and gained right back. Heckenberg thought about it. Now gives it a go. It's a bit of a grass cutter and easily dealt with by Hamshaw.
They could have approached just a little bit, but then he decides to go for that shot from a mid-distance, low, like you said, trying to see if they could do something against Hamshaw and surprise him a little bit.
Player that's more of that breadwinner in midfield, doesn't usually find himself that far upstream.
No.
McConnell widens things out. There's been space out there for Little Rock, falling into the area. Back in again. Falling back there, whipping it in with Steven. Scott Gray casting their shadow. Delgado lying in wait. It belongs to McConnell. Kivo McConnell forces a save out of the goalkeeper.
By Delgado, and he took the chance and go to goal, and it's just a perfect one.
That's the kind of risk aversion that maybe you need if you're Little Rock to try and make a bit of magic happen here tonight. Come back from the 2 goals they've already accounted for in their deficit. Punched away by Delgado, who applies the knuckle and is sloping switch into Ventura. Oh, that's risky. It's not quite come off. Ian Cerro skips it wide.
Because you're going, you scored 1 so early on, and then you could get a 3rd one in the last opportunity.
Much to address at the break for Nick Doyle and these Rangers. Header on, and Delgado will clutch. And that is the curtain fall. FC Naples, bit of an ambush inside the first 15. Matt Poland has been a master of that, figuring out what buttons to press to see games out so far. Large part why Naples and it looks like maybe they flipped the fullbacks with Glasser coming on.
Yes, and he's more in control of deciding where the ball go, like every ball is passing through him, and he ends up putting the game forward.
Been a mainstay in league play as Naples are denied an opportunity with an excellent bit of sliding defense. It feels like Naples have come razor close multiple times to expanding this lead once more. The longer that Little Rock hang in and stay within a 2-goal margin, they say it's the most dangerous lead in soccer almost ad nauseum, but for a reason.
It's the easiest to turn around.
Trying to do something about that now, though, is Cerro. And it's saved away by Hamshaw.
He's creating those opportunities here. Once again, coming now from the right flank, just seeing if he could.
From the performance he had here tonight, if his day is to be done.
That has to be amazing. Imagine you're going to your 5th game of the league, already unbeaten, making it to the 3rd round of the U.S. Open Cup. It has to be great. So the substitutions are Heckenberg for Torreyes, Evans for Zulia, Cerro for Ferrin, and Onen for Henderlong.
A scrap for it. Gathered up, Henderlong set for Farine. He goes careening.
Between these 2 players, knowing exactly, how to combine in this attacking third. Such a great opportunity. How he lifted.
Lurching ahead. Torres. Glasser. Tiki-taka stuff now. Just showing the versatility of play, FC Naples. They can be direct if they want. They can also knock it around. Looks like Rodolfo Zulia has set up in the back line as a center back. On to a Tenderlong, taken off his toes and flushed away. Just finishing out that melt. Appears Gustavo Fernandez has maneuvered out to the left side of that defense. Was previously in the right with his partnership with Breck Evans. Everybody maybe going into a bit of bubble wrap. Of course, I say that, and Carson Henderlong was the one subbed on.
And it's understandable, you know, the substitution. They're coming from 6 matches already. This is the 7th, and they still have another one on the weekend. So you need to start managing the best way possible all your players to.
It's a great ball wide. Rushing in, Calvary coming, shots away! And there is the goal. Andres Farine lights the flashbulbs and makes it 3-0.
A crazy weather that can play an impact on your availability throughout the whole match. It's also important having those moments where you control or not control the ball.
Stone unable to get clear. It's a great point, though. Everything they do is at pace, and that has to be exhausting at a point for any visitor. Stone again, fighting off Glasser. A little bit toothless in the cross, and cleared away.
Because, you know, the best defense is when you have the ball.
You can say that again. On the run, galloping forward. In for Henderlong, it's saved. Hampshire puts a stamp on it. That wonderful bit of goalkeeping from Henry Hampshire.
Such a perfect counter attack. How fast they created it. And then here, I think it was more.
Henderlong was in one-on-one, and Hampshire stood on his head. And plenty of green grass on the opposite side now. On the front foot. And into the ad boards. Hope everybody's okay there.
Had a really good lecture of what to do.
Credit to him. He sensed the run from Henderlong coming. Almost decided to make that
Yes.
sprint up before the ball was released. Here it comes. Knocked away at the near post. Blake stumbles. Pasnick has it pilfered. Fair play. Would have been a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity potentially. If not, Delgado will come up and catch.
Yeah, I think that could have been a yellow card or a bigger warning. It was a player and definitely just a clear chance of putting himself out there and finding a good shot for the 4th one.
Turning in field. Farine's having a great impact. Henderlong now, he's denied again. Henry Hampshire not going quietly. Naples undaunted, not dipping their hat. Perpa. Oh, wow. Henderlong unable to latch on. Farine, it's blocked. Did it come off a hand? No. Second effort is wiped away. Pasnick is sucking wins. If he can't continue, it would be down to 10 men for FC Naples, having used all their changes.
And you're 4 minutes into the end of regular time, but you're not going to risk a player, though.
So that would be your decision there. You take a player off at this stage, put you in a tight spot. Maybe don't answer that one.
No. I guess that's why I'm not a coach, but
it's the kind of decisions they're asked to make all the time.
yeah,
And that
if you put the extra effort and injure yourself, it's even worse.
it's not an easy job. Nobody said it was. That skips away. And that is it. 3-0 convincing from SC Naples. They will have their name drawn tomorrow